Alright guys, so I know it's been a minute, but let's actually like do these trading recaps again. So I'll go over yesterday and today what I did. I've done some others, I was recording them, they just came out like really terrible, the videos. Maybe I'll redo them at some point, but not today. So yesterday there was, you see this, barely any news today. Unemployment claims in the morning, like alright, I guess. Market has been, looking pretty saucy as of late. So yesterday, I was like, okay, looking at ES here, and we're clearly looking bearish. Like that's what I was thinking right off rip. I was like, all right, we're clearly looking bearish. Just because, well, I mean, we're in all-time highs. This is looking a little sus for me. So I'm like, all right, we're bearish on the hourly. We're super bearish, and on Nasdaq, I think is what it was. Yeah. So what actually led me to believe this yesterday was we made an SMT divergence. I don't know if you guys see this, but you see this, that boom. We made a bearish SMT. Boom, boom. Hold on. Hold on. Yeah, like that. And the daily charts, we were looking pretty juicy as well on the daily charts. Um, First, let me just get this link out of here. So, yeah, we made that SMT divergence, and I was like, okay, so let me look for some bearish orders, some bearish confluences. I think we're gonna take a bearish trade today. So right here, let me mark out market open for you guys really quickly. Hold on, what is this? This is today. It's yesterday. All right, sick. So there's market open on the Thursday. Um, yeah, right there. So, I mean, honestly, there's not really much here. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, there's this. Okay, cool. We could be in here, maybe do something. Hello. All right. And then I think I also marked out like this 4 hour range basically, like equilibrium something. I was like, all right, maybe get a retest in there. I think there was some kind of, yeah, there was this also big ass fair value gap right here that I marked out. Regardless, when it came down to it on the hourly, or yeah, we're bearish, 5 minute right here. I see we start filling up this fair value gap right here, and I'm like, all right, well, I doubt there's gonna be a liquidity sweep because the actual liquidity is like it has to go all the way up to like all the way up top here before it sweeps it. Like hell no, that's not happening. This is just gonna retest this and come back down. That's exactly what happens. I'm gonna check Nasdaq because I have a feeling. The same time make an SMT, but I'm not 100% sure this is today. Okay. This is gonna be boom. Let's mark this out. Alright, 9:30. Yeah, so yeah, look at this. We're making an SMT right here. Boom. High. Lower high. And then dude, I hate how TradingView does this. Like, oh my god. And then right here, yeah, boom. So we have an SMT, a bearish SMT with all this bearish confluence. We just filled this. I'm like, okay, bet we're gonna be getting some kind of bearish, thing here. I scale into the 1 minute, and this is my L, respectfully. This is something that I have to work on. I have like major FOMO in this trade because I scale down into the 1 minute. I don't even wait for a retest or to get into like a 5 minute confluence. I just like I enter off of this. I don't even know why the hell I enter off this. It's like this doesn't even, like, looking at this now, like this makes literally no sense. But yeah, it makes literally no sense. But I enter off of this. Oh, I think it was this 1 minute fair value gap. Yeah, look at this. I'm fried. This 1 minute fair value gap right there getting filled in. I enter off that, boom, and I instantly get Market's just like, absolutely not. Who do you think you are? You're not in a 5 minute confluence. So then, I scale back up to the 5 minute. I start marking some stuff out. I'm like, all right, cool. We have equilibrium here. Equilibrium has been one of my favorite confluences to date. We have this big ass thing right here. No order block. We have this fair value gap. Like, we're literally hitting 4 confluences. We're hitting all of our confluences right here. Sub breaker block. Like, we're hitting so many confluences right here. Just had to wait. I had to wait for a retest, but I didn't. Whatever. We get the retest. I take the trade off this candle. Stops were probably like right here in equilibrium on the fair value gap, if I'm being honest. I enter off a 1 minute breaking structure, I'm sure. Let me just double check this. Yeah, 1 minute breaking structure right here. This candle closed. I'm like, all right, sick. So I get in there, and then I'm like, okay. Stops like right up here probably somewhere, and then take profit was all the way down here, and I was charting these areas of resting liquidity over here because I was like, all right, price is probably gonna go retest this. That's exactly what happened. We got a nice fill right here. I was aiming for this. This was like where my dream take profit was, I guess, but we'll get to that in a second. Whatever. That was that day, and it ended up, working out for it. I just need to be more patient. Today, same, similar story. I looked at this originally. Let me mark out market open actually really quickly. It's right here. So I'm looking at this originally, right? I'm like, yo, there's no way we're gonna be bullish here. Like, there's absolutely no way. I was like, okay, yeah, sure, maybe, the argument could be made. We're in the discounted range, like from this low to this high. Like, all right, yeah, we're in a discounted price range, but I was like, no shot, dude. We just sold off. Taiwan Semiconductors, has been absolutely crapping itself. They had earnings today. I was reading up on that earlier. All the tech stock sell-offs with NASDAQ, I was like, no, we're definitely going to be bearish. I don't really care. So we're bearish. That's what I had going into the day. Even this, we didn't really have a break of structure. It's the upside because this candle wasn't formed on the 1 hour. So I was like, all right, but on the hourly, I just saw this as like more consolidation, but this really felt kind of bearish to me as well. So I was like, okay, let's get into the 5 minutes, see what I'm looking at. All right, let's actually mark this shit out first. Hold on. This today. All right, so I'm like, yo, you got this liquidity. That's all I gotta mark out. I'm gonna be honest, that's all I have to mark out. So this was another fat L for me today, right in the beginning. I see this liquidity sweep pre-market, and I'm like, holy cow, like maybe this liquidity sweep pre-market, like, oh man, I'm a genius, bro. We get into this order block, we fill equilibrium, like we do everything that we're supposed to be doing, and I'm like, you know what, bet. Let me take a trade. I go short. I'm up for a little bit, honestly, because I shorted like right here or something. I have my stops like some random ass spot too. I don't even know like why my stops were here. Some random ass spot. And my take profits were like all the way down here, but whatever. So I get that, I take a fat L on this trade. I was up for a little bit. And then there's like an actual liquidity sweep on the 15 minute. It's the same. It's like resweeping the same thing. We're breaking this. I'm like, okay, this has to be this. This has to lead to something. This has to lead to something. I know we're bearish today, and I see we make this huge fair value gap, and I'm like, originally I'm like, oh shoot, I missed out on the trade today. I missed out. I marked my dumbass marked this out, and I was like, oh man, I should have been able to find an entry off this. I should have off these range highs to range lows. I should have been able to find an entry. Yeah, obviously not, because that was literally the break structure that showed me that it was a valid sweep. Like, so obviously I can't make that. I can't make a trade off that. So this gets formed, and then we create this, boom, right here, equilibrium. There are a few other confluences, like we have a breaker block and an order block right here. Um, whatever. There's a lot of this is a high confluence area, and we come back, we retest it. I'm like, oh shoot, like this is about to be lit. We're about to be in money moves, and then I'm like, okay, let me scale into the 1 minute. Boom, 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 right here. Break a structure. We're below here, so I enter on this candle. I just like kind of got a pretty sick entry off this, honestly, for like literally no reason. What is this all at? Yep. And then I have my stops. I placed my stops right here, the midpoint of this fair value gap, and I had my take profits set to the lows from, I think, what was the CPI or PPI, whatever the stupid ass Powell talking. It was set to this. I was like, all right, price. If we're gonna get a reversal, price has to do a liquidity sweep on this. Will be lit, and price ended up going there. It ended up going a little bit more. I think what I should have done, honestly, is scaled out to the daily. We're looking at these range lows to these range highs, right? And honestly, I could have targeted this equilibrium point right now. I really think market is going to be bullish tomorrow, as of right now. Um, yeah, just because we're in a daily discounted price range on the daily candles, and that's kind of huge. If price doesn't reverse off of like maybe one of these fair value gaps, like one of there's so many high time, like super high time frame confluences here, and price is gonna go higher, create more all time highs. I think the bull run is not over. Um, but yeah, I mean mainly big thing. This was a solid W trade for me today. I have to really work on like not having FOMO. I guess is like the main thing. Like, cause I think what I'm doing here is like I'm literally taking these trades because I'm afraid that there's not gonna be a trade for me to take in the day, which is such an L mentality. It's like if it's not a trade for me to take, then I shouldn't be taking. Like I shouldn't be trading. Um, but yeah, all in all, I definitely could have traded a little bit better today. Definitely could have traded better yesterday. But we're definitely doing things out here. We're looking pretty good. So, that's that. We'll see what tomorrow has in store.